right now, what just went down at the awards is absolutely shocking. And if you're a fan of hip-hop, you need to hear this. Before we get into it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what we're about to talk about is going to have the entire community buzzing for weeks. And honestly, I mean buzzing like we've never seen before. So here's what happened. Kendrick Lamar just absolutely dominated the night, taking home award after award, and fans are losing their minds over it. The energy in the room, the reactions from the crowd, and the social media meltdown that followed, it's wild. And while Kendrick was stacking trophies, Drake? Well, let's just say fans are calling it a complete shutout, and some are even saying that Drake might never fully recover from this moment. The reactions online are insane. Clips are going viral, memes are being made, and the debate is exploding across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. People are comparing past award nights, dissecting performances, and debating who truly deserves the crown. And it's not just fans, artists, influencers, and industry insiders are chiming in, adding fuel to the fire. But what's really interesting here is why this matters so much. Kendrick isn't just winning awards, he's sending a message to the entire industry. It's about respect, legacy, and influence. Every award he takes home, every reaction we see, it's a clear reminder. Kendrick is still the leader of hip-hop. And fans? They are obsessed with it, making sure the world knows just how much of a moment this was. Stick around, because we're about to break down every shocking moment, every award Kendrick took home, and exactly why fans are losing it. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. The reactions, the drama, the social media chaos, it's all unfolding right now. Okay, let's set the scene because what went down at the awards is absolutely historic, and people are still trying to wrap their heads around it. From the moment Kendrick Lamar stepped on stage, the energy was different. You could feel it in the room, in the crowd, even across social media before the cameras even started rolling. Fans were already hyped, knowing Kendrick had multiple nominations. But what happened next? Well, it blew everyone's expectations completely out of the water. Kendrick didn't just take home one award, 2 awards, or even 3. He clean swept multiple major categories, and the way he did it left fans and industry insiders alike absolutely speechless. The reactions online were insane, with clips of him holding up his trophies getting millions of views within minutes. People were calling it a domination, a shutout, and even the night Drake got owned by Kendrick. And yes, the comparison is real, because while Kendrick was stacking wins, Drake, well, let's just say the night didn't exactly go his way. Now, to really understand why this is causing such a massive stir, you have to look at the history between Kendrick and Drake. These are 2 of the biggest names in modern hip-hop, and for years, fans have debated who's truly the king. There's been beef, comparisons, and just general competition over influence, chart dominance, and cultural impact. Kendrick has always been known for his artistry, his storytelling, and his ability to command respect through quality music, whereas Drake has built a legacy that blends commercial success with massive streaming numbers. But tonight, it wasn't even close. Kendrick's wins weren't just random, they were a statement. Every award he took home reinforced the idea that when it comes to legacy, artistry, and respect in the culture, Kendrick is still miles ahead. And the crowd reactions? Unreal. As Kendrick walked off stage with each award, the energy was electric. You could see other artists and presenters visibly impressed, and fans were live tweeting every single moment, sharing clips, and debating online. Memes started trending within minutes, and people were analyzing everything, from the way Kendrick accepted the awards to the subtle jabs fans think were directed at Drake. Social media erupted with comments like, "Kendrick just shut the whole night down. Drake who? Kendrick is running this game, and the crown is officially Lamar's." The internet is savage, and fans aren't holding back. Some of the threads even started comparing past award shows, noting how Kendrick's sweep could rival or even surpass some of the most legendary award nights in hip-hop history. But let's pause and talk about why Kendrick's wins mean more than just trophies. This isn't about checking off boxes on a nomination list. This is about cultural dominance, influence, and sending a message that Kendrick is in control of the narrative. Every award reinforces his credibility not just as an artist, but as a leader of the genre. And fans are noticing. There's a reason clips of him accepting awards are going viral. It's not just the wins themselves, it's the way he carries himself, the aura, the presence. Kendrick isn't flashy for no reason. Every move, every word, every gesture is deliberate. And fans are eating it up because they know they are witnessing someone who isn't just winning awards, he's cementing his legacy. Meanwhile, Drake's reaction, or lack thereof, is equally interesting. Fans online have been dissecting his facial expressions, the way he reacted during Kendrick's wins, and even subtle moments like camera cuts to him in the crowd. It's clear that this wasn't the night he expected. And that's why the title of this video is so appropriate. Kendrick crushes Drake. It's not just about awards. It's about impact, perception, and showing the world who is truly leading hip-hop right now. Fans are reacting in real time, calling this a turning point in the Kendrick-Drake debate, and some are even saying that Drake's streak of dominance might be over, at least for now. And here's the kicker. The social media fallout is just as crazy as the awards themselves. Hashtags like #KendrickDominates, #DrakeShutout, and #HipHopKing are trending globally. Fans are debating whether Kendrick's wins were deserved, which, spoiler alert, they absolutely are, and comparing them to past award shows and legendary moments in hip-hop. Influencers, music critics, and even other artists are weighing in, which only amplifies the chaos. Every clip shared, every comment posted, every meme created adds fuel to the fire. Fans are genuinely losing their minds. And honestly, if you've been watching this unfold, you understand why. Now, let's also talk about the performances, because Kendrick didn't just win awards, he dominated the stage. Every live performance, every verse, every transition was executed flawlessly. Fans are calling it iconic and unforgettable, and many are saying that even Drake's performances earlier in the night couldn't match the energy or the impact. It's one thing to win awards. It's another to own the room while doing it. Kendrick did both, and that's why this night is going to be remembered as a defining moment in modern hip-hop history. And the truth is, moments like this are rare. They don't come around often. Fans are already calling this a cultural reset, saying that Kendrick just re-established his place at the top and reminded everyone why he's considered one of the greatest of this generation. Drake still has a massive fan base, of course. But tonight, Kendrick was untouchable. Fans are debating endlessly online, and honestly, it's impossible not to get caught up in the conversation. The energy is just that intense, and this is exactly the kind of moment that defines eras in hip-hop. Now, let's break down the specific awards Kendrick won, because this is where things really start to show the magnitude of what went down. Kendrick didn't just win in minor categories or fan picks. He dominated the major, headline-grabbing awards that truly matter in hip-hop culture. We're talking about Best Hip-Hop Album, Best Lyricist, Best Performance, and even Album of the Year nominations that he absolutely secured. Every award he took home sent a clear message. Kendrick is still the benchmark for excellence in the genre, and no amount of hype or streams can replace artistry. The room erupted every single time his name was called, and you could see the shock on the faces of other artists, some smiling, some quietly taking it in, but all recognizing the moment for what it was, a statement. Fans online exploded instantly. Clips of Kendrick accepting his awards were uploaded in real time, and within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube were flooded with reactions. Memes started trending immediately. Everything from simple Kendrick-Drake graphics to elaborate compilations highlighting the awards, performances, and reactions of the crowd. People were dissecting every word of his speeches, every nod to his career, and even subtle moments like how he looked at the audience or acknowledged other nominees. It's the kind of cultural moment that fans will remember for years, and social media amplified it faster than anyone could have predicted. But let's be real. The most talked about aspect of the night isn't just the awards themselves, it's the impact on Drake's reputation. Fans are calling this a complete shutout for Drake, who went into the night expected to contend for multiple major awards but came away with far fewer than anticipated. Social media is flooded with comments comparing the two artists' influence, dominance, and legacy. Some are saying this is a passing of the torch. Though honestly, Kendrick has never truly passed it. He's only strengthened his hold on the culture. And for Drake fans, well, they are feeling the sting of what's being called a historic moment of Kendrick's superiority. And the discussion doesn't stop there. Fans are analyzing the performances side by side. Because Kendrick didn't just win awards, he owned the stage. Every song he performed, every verse delivered, every transition between tracks was executed flawlessly, showing why he's considered one of the best performers of this generation. Meanwhile, Drake's performances were technically solid, of course, but fans and critics alike are saying they lack the level of intensity, presence, and raw energy that Kendrick brought. That contrast alone is fueling debate online, with fans calling it night and day and a cultural reset. Another element that fans can't stop talking about is the reaction shots of other artists in the audience. You could see everyone from up-and-coming stars to veteran legends acknowledging Kendrick's dominance, some clapping, some nodding, and some clearly impressed by the sweep of awards. It's one thing to win awards on paper. It's another to have the room, the audience, and the industry recognize your influence in real time. Kendrick achieved both, and that's why the conversation isn't just about who won what, but about what this means for hip-hop right now. And of course, the fan reactions online have been nothing short of explosive. Hashtags like #Kendrick crushes Drake, #King of Hip Hop, and #Lamar dominates are trending globally. Twitter threads are dissecting every aspect of the night, from award wins to performances to speeches. Instagram stories and TikTok videos are compiling clips with commentary from fans and influencers alike. YouTube reaction channels are exploding with content analyzing Kendrick's wins and what it means for Drake. The cultural conversation is unstoppable, and it's clear this night will be remembered as one of the defining moments in modern hip-hop history. Then there's a debate about legitimacy versus hype. Kendrick's dominance isn't based on streaming numbers alone. It's about artistry, lyricism, influence, and the respect of peers. Drake may have more commercial clout and streaming dominance in certain areas, but Kendrick's wins prove that cultural impact still matters most. Fans are loving the fact that artistry was recognized over algorithmic success, and the contrast between the two artists' approach to music has never been clearer. It's sparking debates, fan wars, and heated discussions across platforms, all of which only solidify Kendrick's status as the current standard-bearer of hip-hop. And finally, let's not overlook the long-term implications. This isn't just a single night of wins. This could have ripple effects across the music industry. Kendrick's sweep sends a message to other artists, labels, and fans about what it takes to be truly respected in hip-hop. It sets the bar high for performances, artistry, and overall impact. It also puts Drake in a position where he'll have to respond, not necessarily with words, but with music, influence, and next moves. Fans are already speculating on how this could affect future albums, tours, and collaborations, and the conversation isn't slowing down. Now, let's dive deeper into the fan reactions and social media chaos, because honestly, this is where things get absolutely wild. As Kendrick collected award after award, fans online went into overdrive. Twitter threads exploded with thousands of comments. Memes started trending globally, and TikTok creators were uploading reaction compilations within minutes. People were pointing out everything, from the sheer number of wins Kendrick took home, to the way he handled each award with humility and grace, to the subtle digs at Drake that some fans are convinced were intentional. And the funniest part? Memes comparing Kendrick's dominance to Drake's performance went viral almost instantly, with captions like "Kendrick didn't just win, he annihilated the competition," and "Drake who?" Fans weren't holding back, and honestly, you could feel the online community collectively losing it over the sheer magnitude of Kendrick's night. But it's not just about the numbers or the memes, it's about the message Kendrick sent to the industry. Every award, every acknowledgement, every standing ovation reinforced the reality that Kendrick isn't just a performer, he's a definitive voice of this era in hip-hop. And fans noticed that the energy wasn't just coming from Kendrick alone. His team, his collaborators, and even his family in the audience radiated pride. which only amplified the moment. Social media wasn't just sharing content. It was reacting to an undeniable cultural moment, one that fans will remember for years. Every clip, every highlight, every GIF contributed to a growing consensus. Kendrick Lamar is untouchable, at least for now. Meanwhile, Drake's lack of wins created a storm of controversy and debate online. Fans dissected every part of his night, his facial expressions, his body language, and even the way he reacted to Kendrick's sweep. Some argued that Drake was visibly frustrated, others claimed he was gracious, and some speculated that this moment might shift the hierarchy of influence in hip-hop. Comment sections and forums exploded with posts debating whether this was a temporary setback or a major turning point in Drake's career. The conversation even extended beyond fans to include critics, music journalists, and industry insiders who weighed in with strong opinions. Everyone was trying to make sense of how Kendrick could dominate so thoroughly while Drake, whom many expected to be in the running for multiple awards, came up short. And let's talk about the performances, because Kendrick didn't just win awards, he commanded the stage like a true king. From the opening performance to the finale, every transition, every verse, every visual element was executed perfectly. Fans online were calling his performances iconic, legendary, and a masterclass in stage presence. And the contrast with Drake was stark. While Drake's performances were solid, fans pointed out that Kendrick's energy, charisma, and connection with the audience simply overshadowed everything else. Clips of Kendrick performing his award-winning tracks flooded social media, with hashtags like #KendrickDominates and #KingOfHipHop trending worldwide. Fans were sharing every moment, creating viral compilations, and dissecting each part of the performance with incredible detail. The awards night also highlighted an interesting cultural shift among fans. While Drake has dominated charts and streaming numbers for years, Kendrick's sweep proves that cultural respect and artistry still matter. Fans online emphasize that awards aren't just about numbers. They're about influence, impact, and longevity. Kendrick's ability to consistently deliver music that resonates deeply with both critics and fans solidified his dominance, and social media was quick to point this out. Memes comparing Drake's chart performance to Kendrick's cultural influence flooded the internet, sparking heated debates and further cementing Kendrick's role as the current standard-bearer of hip-hop. And here's the thing, the debate isn't just happening online. Industry insiders, fellow artists, and influencers all weighed in. Some praised Kendrick's wins as well-deserved, noting his lyrical ability, performance skills, and ability to stay relevant over time. Others criticized Drake for underperforming, arguing that the night revealed cracks in his cultural influence. The discussion has reached a fever pitch, with every moment, tweet, and clip being analyzed to death. Fans are dissecting everything, from Kendrick's fashion choices to his interactions with other nominees, and every detail only adds to the narrative that this was Kendrick's night to dominate. Finally, it's worth noting the historical significance of this moment. Sweeping multiple major awards, commanding the stage, and sparking a global conversation is not something that happens every year. Fans are calling it a defining moment for modern hip-hop, a night that will be remembered as a statement of cultural dominance. Kendrick isn't just winning trophies. He's reasserting his position at the top and reminding everyone why he's considered one of the most influential artists of this generation. And for Drake? Well, fans are already speculating on what this means for future albums, tours, and collaborations. The ripple effects are just beginning, and social media isn't letting up anytime soon. Now let's talk about the aftermath, because this is where things get even more intense. The awards ended, the lights dimmed, the cameras stopped rolling. But the conversation? It exploded. Within hours, hip-hop felt different. Not because Drake suddenly became irrelevant. That's not reality, but because Kendrick's dominance felt like a reassertion of power. It felt like the culture collectively paused and said, yeah, this is what excellence looks like. And that shift in energy, you could feel it everywhere. Radio shows the next morning couldn't stop talking about it. Podcast clips started circulating, breaking down every award, every speech, every reaction shot. Influencers began ranking Kendrick's award sweep among the greatest nights in modern hip-hop history. Some even compared it to legendary award show moments from the past, saying this was one of those nights people would reference 10 years from now. That's how heavy it felt. But here's where it gets deeper. This wasn't just Kendrick winning trophies. This was Kendrick reinforcing something he's always represented: substance over hype. In an era where streaming numbers dominate headlines, where viral moments can overshadow artistry, Kendrick's sweep felt like a reminder that lyricism, depth, and intentional creativity still matter. Fans online kept repeating the same message. This is why Kendrick is different. And honestly, that narrative is gaining serious momentum. Meanwhile, Drake fans didn't stay quiet. There were debates everywhere. Some argued awards don't define greatness. Others pointed to Drake's commercial dominance, global tours, and streaming records. And they're not wrong. Drake is still one of the biggest artists on the planet. But here's the difference that fans are highlighting. Commercial success and cultural respect are not always the same thing. Kendrick's night wasn't about numbers. It was about validation from the culture, from peers, from critics, from the room itself. And let's talk about that room again. Because body language tells stories. Every time Kendrick's name was called, the applause wasn't polite, it was powerful. It felt unanimous. That kind of energy can't be faked. That's not algorithm-driven hype. That's earned admiration. And when fans saw that level of respect from fellow artists, it only amplified the narrative that Kendrick didn't just win. He commanded the night. Now here's the part people are whispering about. What does Drake do next? Because in hip-hop, moments like this spark responses. Not necessarily in interviews, not in tweets, but in music. And if history tells us anything, competition fuels greatness. Some fans are already speculating that this could push Drake to drop something major, an album, a surprise single, maybe even something direct. Whether that happens or not, the pressure is real. When one artist has a defining cultural night like Kendrick just did, it forces everyone else at the top to step their game up. Another interesting shift is happening among younger fans. You can see it in comment sections. There's a growing group saying this awards night made them revisit Kendrick's discography. Streams for his past projects spiked. Clips from older performances resurfaced. It's like the night reignited appreciation for his entire catalog. That's not just a win. That's legacy reinforcement. And here's something even bigger. This moment might reshape how award shows are viewed in hip-hop again. For years, fans have criticized award ceremonies, saying they don't represent the culture properly. But Kendrick's sweep felt different. It felt aligned. It felt like artistry was actually being recognized. And that authenticity made the moment hit harder. At the same time, we can't pretend this ends the Kendrick versus Drake debate forever. It doesn't. What it does is shift momentum. It gives Kendrick a massive cultural boost. It strengthens his position in conversations about the greatest of this generation. And in hip-hop, momentum is everything. Because here's the truth. Battles in hip-hop aren't always lyrical. Sometimes they are symbolic. Sometimes they are about perception. And perception right now, it heavily favors Kendrick. Fans are still posting reaction videos, still debating, still arguing in comment sections. This wasn't just an awards show. It was a cultural flashpoint. A moment that reminded everyone why competition in hip-hop matters. Why excellence stands out. Why legacy conversations never stop. And whether you're Team Kendrick, Team Drake, or just here for the music, one thing is undeniable. This night changed the conversation. Kendrick didn't just collect trophies. He collected momentum, validation, and cultural authority, all in one sweep. And in hip-hop, that kind of night doesn't just fade away. It echoes. Now, as we move into the final analysis of what went down, we have to talk about the long-term implications of Kendrick's night. This wasn't just about a single awards ceremony or one night of wins. This is about setting a precedent, about cementing a legacy, and about sending a message to the entire hip-hop industry. Kendrick Lamar didn't just win awards. He reaffirmed his position as the standard-bearer of the genre. Fans online are already talking about how this night will define not only the rest of Kendrick's career, but also how artists like Drake are perceived going forward. The narrative has shifted. The momentum has changed. And in hip-hop, momentum is everything. Fans are dissecting everything, from the performances that left the crowd speechless, to the award speeches that were delivered with grace and authority, to the subtle nuances of his stage presence that can't be captured on paper. Social media is overflowing with clips showing Kendrick acknowledging his peers, giving respect to other nominees, and yet dominating every single category he was nominated for. Every movement, every word, every applause moment was an assertion of dominance, and fans couldn't get enough. Hashtags like #KendrickReigns and #KingOfHipHop have been trending globally, and it's clear the cultural impact of this night won't fade anytime soon. Meanwhile, Drake's position in the hierarchy of modern hip-hop is being questioned more openly than ever. It's not that he's lost fans, far from it, but the awards highlight a shift in how influence and cultural respect are measured. Fans and critics alike are pointing out that Kendrick's wins weren't about numbers, streams, or social media clout. They were about artistry, authenticity, and a deep, long-standing impact on the culture. And in that conversation, Drake, who has dominated charts and streaming platforms for over a decade, is suddenly being asked, can commercial success alone hold up against cultural supremacy? Fans are debating it endlessly, and the conversation shows no signs of slowing down. Another aspect fans are obsessing over is the comparison of performances. Kendrick didn't just accept awards, he owned the stage. Every performance, every transition, every energy shift was calculated yet effortless, showing why he's widely regarded as one of the most dynamic live performers of this generation. And when fans compare it to Drake's performances earlier in the night, the difference is stark. Social media reactions are flooded with clips, memes, and commentary highlighting how Kendrick's energy, precision, and charisma made him the clear winner in both the awards and performance arenas. Fans are calling it a cultural reset, and a reminder that the crown in hip-hop isn't just about streams or Billboard numbers. It's about presence, impact, and artistry. The fan wars and social media discussions also highlight an important point. This moment is bigger than just Kendrick and Drake. It's about the future of hip-hop culture itself. Fans are dissecting what leadership in hip-hop looks like, what qualities are necessary to be a generational icon, and how the next wave of artists will be measured against the likes of Kendrick, Drake, and other legends. The conversations online are intense, but they are also reflective of the stakes. Fans understand that moments like this shape perception, influence, and ultimately, the legacy of artists for decades. Industry insiders are weighing in too. Music critics, fellow artists, and influencers are all talking about Kendrick's night as a benchmark for excellence. Some are praising the recognition of artistry over hype, while others are pointing out the pressure this places on other top-tier artists. For Drake, this moment is both a challenge and an opportunity. A challenge to reclaim cultural dominance and an opportunity to respond through his music, tours, or next big move. Fans are speculating endlessly about what comes next, and it's safe to say that this night has sparked a new chapter in the Kendrick-Drake rivalry, one that will be analyzed for years to come. And then there's the broader cultural impact. Kendrick's sweep has reignited interest in his catalog, with streams of past albums skyrocketing as new fans and old fans alike revisit his discography. Clips from legendary past performances are resurfacing, further solidifying his status as an artist whose influence transcends a single era. Social media reactions reflect awe, admiration, and respect, as fans collectively recognize that what they witnessed wasn't just a successful awards night, it was a historic cultural moment. Finally, the takeaway is simple. Kendrick Lamar didn't just win awards, he claimed a moment that will define his generation. He demonstrated artistry, leadership, and influence in a way that resonated with fans, critics, and peers alike. And in doing so, he reminded the world why he is widely regarded as one of the greatest hip-hop artists of his time. For Drake, for other artists, and for the culture, this night is a wake-up call, a challenge, and a benchmark all at once. Fans will continue debating, discussing, and analyzing this moment for years, but one thing is undeniable. Kendrick Lamar dominated, and fans are losing their minds because they know they just witnessed something unforgettable. Wow, can you even believe what just went down? Kendrick Lamar completely crushed it at the awards. and fans everywhere are losing their minds over every single moment. But now I want to hear from you. Yes, you watching this right now. What do you think this means for Drake? Is Kendrick officially the undisputed king of this era? Or do you think Drake still has moves left to reclaim the throne? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is far from over and I want to see every single opinion, hot take, and reaction. And if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates, reactions, and drama in hip-hop. Trust me, moments like this only happen once in a generation, and you don't want to miss a second of it.